Welcome everyone to Mental Health. We are discussing the entire premise behind fun versus responsibility, moderating fun versus being responsible, I guess. It's a weird topic. I get it, but at the same time, it's entertaining to watch the entire world implode. Marco, thank you for your courteous background. That's always key. It's like this is the thing, and I'll see what you guys think about this, and I'll get your opinion. Is that at what point, we've all heard the saying, do a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. What's up, Serge, Victoria, right? But at the same time, work is still work. We all still have responsibilities. We have things we have to do. But at the same time, Marco, I love your house out. There you go. Nick Tucker, Baba Booey to you all, and a Baba Booey to you too, sir. What's up, Nick? But that's the whole thing, is that, at what point do you think we might be a Debbie Downer for a situation, or is it like, hey, let's just have a good time? Like, I respect Germans in this way, is because work time is work time, fun time is fun time. It is very scheduled, it is very organized, and that's how it will be. But at the same time, don't try and get somebody on the phone at nighttime. You're like, no, I'm with my family. Don't call me. That's absolutely disrespectful, right? And I think that's a good idea. But I don't know. Your opinion, gentlemen. Glue, you are cute and sweet.
Thank you, X7Y.
That's what kind of over here. That's what kind of separated like the fiends from just the everyday people. Everybody had their vice. Just do you let that vice go past the weekend, or do you just hey, all right, I'm high enough or I'm drunk enough. Let me go puke, or let me go eat, or let me go fuck this off, and I got shit to do tomorrow. That's a big reason. Like now at this age, with with nothing to do, I'm a big candidate for cocaine again. But I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the time to just, and there's nothing to do afterwards. I mean, around here is dead. COVID fucked that all up. So I mean, I'm a good candidate for fucking coffee at 5:00 in the morning. That's about it now.
And like, this is the thing. So I love this. Hello, Kratos Bracketino. If you didn't have any trauma, I mean, that's fair. I appreciate that very much.
That's Kratos, not Kratos.
I will accept, sir. For a second, I thought Marco's background was a modern hot dog. I mean,
that's the new.
He is very artistic.
There's not a hoof in there.
It's all lips and anuses. No
snout. No snout. That's 100% Bill Gates anus.
Listen, this is the thing, right? Is especially considering, look, Cole, you've lost a shit ton of weight before. I've lost a shit ton of weight. Marco you gained some of the weight that Cole lost for sure, but at the same time, like, you've enjoyed all the wares that the planet has to offer, but at the same time you go, oh well, I still have shit to do tomorrow, so I get my shit together, go home, at least get a couple hours of sleep, and off I go, right? Like, I don't understand why that can be perceived as a bad thing, right?
I found out I had that same mentality. Like I don't see it myself as somebody special, and if I could say, like, my thing was my shows were on Wednesday, so all my partying got done on Wednesday. Once I hit 2-3 o'clock in the morning into Thursday, that's it. It's done. No matter what the fuck I was doing, it was done. And I tried fucking switching over days before, and once you get on a schedule like that, man, being on mushrooms in the fucking at the flea market with your kids. I mean, they're adult kids, but with your kids, so you're all tripping, and you're the one who drove there. Man, it's not fun having to call their mama like you was a little kid again. Look, you got to pick these kids up. I ain't trying to drive like this. I should have never took these mushrooms.
Yeah. I think there's a certain thing to that, because like, I fall into this trap if I have, because I buy pre-roll joints, and I buy them like in a package of 5 or 7 or whatever, right? Because I have giant sausage fingers, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. So realistically, the problem is I get to the point where I start smoking joints like every couple hours, like they're cigarettes, right? Which is, I'll tell you right now, awesome, not good. But the whole point is that it's like, okay, well, like I would ask Victoria, I'm like, hey, do we have anything to do later today? She's like, no. I'm like, perfect. I'm gonna go smoke a joint. We're in for the day. I don't need to drive anywhere. It's reasonable, right? And even Cole, when we would go out, and like the first time I met you, Marco, in real life, right? We met at the Grog. You gave me that horn. Things happened. And Cole was like, Cole was like, I'll have a drink and I'm okay. Why? He had to drive home. And like, realistically, that is very reasonable. We're like, oh, but when we get home, yeah, I'm going to have a few drinks and enjoy myself. Totally reasonable.
I
totally
blasted that night. That's the funny thing. Like I made poor decisions later that night that affected the next year of my life. Is the funny thing. If I did get drunk, very drunk, it's just I waited till I got home. Responsibility versus fun, you know.
Yeah. That I mean, there's a time and a place. What's up, Sam?
Like, I drive for a living, you know what I mean? So I can't get a DUI. I can't get a DWI. I can't get none of that. I absolutely cannot get pulled over with any type of like even I can't even like give a cop like maybe an inkling of maybe I might be. Nope. You know, like it will fuck me over, you know. So I just don't drink when I'm out. If I have to drive.
Okay. Number one, Cole's DD is back. Porn is a good aphrodisiac. That's not true. That's bad advice. Drinking is for destroying relationships, not cars. Also reasonable, Alexa. Also reasonable. No, but this, okay. Like realistically, like there's a time and a place for everything. And I don't think, because like throughout this entire experience of life, that is Marco having 900 children, Cole having a baby mama, me losing an entire person worth of gelatin. It's amazing. But, you know, you start to put in perspective. You're like, oh, I have to balance everything. Sucks. Okay. It's not the end of the world, though. Why? Because you can have your fun still. You just have to not be a jackass. Like, I remember New Year's 1999. There was a girl came with me to my buddy's house party. Tons of people. Great house party. It was the first time that I had lost weight, and I was feeling great. And in turn, the girl that I brought started doing shots, and I'm like, hey, don't drink what I drink. That's irresponsible. Don't do that. And she's like, I can take it. And I'm like,
I love them people.
No, you can't. Just listen.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. And I'm just like, hey, just listen. No one's challenging you here. I just want you to have a good time, meet some new people, have fun. Totally reasonable. End of the night was me holding a ponytail, just sitting on a tub while she like, yeah. And she's like, I'm so sorry. It's all right. It happens. It happens to me. There's been many a times when I've prayed to the porcelain god. But that's okay. But that's just
I remember when I was a kid, man. I had one of my very first real girlfriends. It was like my second, actually. You know, it was her birthday.
Oh, Marco is in love.
Yeah, I admit.
This is back when Marco still had emotions and feelings and stuff. Yeah.
I don't lie. That was the bitch.
Was it dead inside?
That was the one who put the crack in the fucking mountain right there.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
But you know, it was her birthday, so after I got done with work, I headed to her apartment, and I knew it. I just had that feeling when she said, "Well, I'm not gonna be at my mom's house. I'm gonna be over my friend so and so's house. Pick me up there." Oh, bitch, you've been drinking all day now.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I picked this chick up. It's like fucking 4, maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Damn, she already been drinking all day.
Yeah, dude, all fucking day. I had a 77 Buick LeSabre. I mean, it wasn't cherry, but that was my baby. It was black,
beautiful car.
White leather guts.
Oh,
dude.
Oh, you are a proper Puerto Rican pimp. That's what you were.
Dude,
you dirty.
The back seat was like a sofa. You don't know how many nights I spent in that back seat. Anyways, dude, I get like not even, I'd say fucking the gas station was like 2 miles down the road. And I'm supposed to be taking this girl to eat with her parents, you know, supposed to be. Dude, I just looked over and my beautiful, crispy white, like this was before I had a real job. Like my seats were whitey white, armor on, pink,
Puerto Rican white. I guess. I know. I know the color. Yeah.
Chunks and nasty shit, and then like. Bitch couldn't even hold it a little bit so I could pull over. Didn't even roll down the window.
Bro.
Oh, dude. I pulled over in that motherfucking gas station. Get out, clean this motherfucking car. I went inside and wet a bunch of fucking them little towels you pull out the washer window. Wipe. I'm on the phone with her mama. Wipe that shit the fuck down. Took her and dropped her ass home at her mama's house like I was the police.
Yeah. Which is, hey, you know what? That is totally reasonable.
Oh, and that smell never came out of that car neither.
Nope. Never does.
Summertime hit. We were going to the fucking concerts and shit. It just got that hint of the fucking high school sawdust smell.
Bro, and you smell it and you're like, what is that? Is that?
You can smell it through the bud. You can smell it through the cigarette smokes. You can be dumping pure exhaust inside the fucking cab of your ride. And
make a difference. Yeah.
You smell that shit.
Oh, yeah. That is factual, sir.
You want to talk about car stories where responsibility versus fun. My first vehicle was a 98 Ford Ranger. And I was like in a rock band at the time. So like I'm driving around probably a grand total of like 70-mile radius, picking up band members because I'm the only one with a car. And to have band practice probably once or twice a week. I was like 19 years old.
Okay, look, I gotta ask something. What kind of rock band were you in?
Like
I'm seeing Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas and not the Nightmare Band.
No, more like
there ain't no hole in the washtub.
Like more like punk rock.
Oh, that's even worse. I was giving you some kind of credit in that you weren't the singer.
I was the singer, actually.
Hey, listen, he also dressed like a pirate, probably had frills on his shirt and everything. That's fine.
We've
all made poor decisions.
Black lipstick, probably had the fucking the
his nails were all black for sure.
I didn't do all that shit, but I did kind of look like a pirate at times. But anyway, so I'm doing this rock band shit.
Yeah.
Only one of the car. Well, because I have a single mother as a parent, no dude was telling me how to take care of a vehicle. I didn't know you had to get an oil change. So I drove this truck around probably in it over the course of a year. I didn't get an oil change and probably put 20,000 miles on this car before the engine seized up.
Yeah.
And smoke just started pouring out of the heater.
First of all, did you know there was oil in it to begin with?
No.
So it might not have even started with oil, and that was a damn good vehicle. The running
man, I love that truck. I was pulling bitches in that thing too.
Dude, I had
left and right, dude.
A 96 Ranger with the 4-speed fucking six, the inline 6.
Yep.
I couldn't tell you what the engine was, but
it was like a midnight purple with the fucking metal flake.
It's good looking.
Mine was white and it was lifted and it had big ass fucking mud tires, so it looked like a baby monster truck.
And dropped. See, that's what side of the tracks we came from. And
you're low rider. I'm high rider. Redneck versus Hispanic. Yeah.
Hey, look, to this day, no lie, that's going on almost fucking 25 years ago, maybe longer. To this day, that truck is still sitting in my mama's driveway. That was the last night in a long time that I ever did cocaine. Like that was like my mid-20s, and that same girl that puked all over my car. We were together for a while. Me and her had a bad breakup, and I tried to park my truck in the bar. The bar is made of concrete.
Yeah.
The bar didn't move at all. Didn't even chip the fucking paint.
All cool cars, yeah.
Dude, like all you saw was bits and pieces of my truck. They didn't even know. there was people in the bar. They didn't even know I hit it.
Yeah. That shit happens, bro. That shit happens.
That was a big problem for me too, because like I was just like back into shit all the time in it. Like, and I replaced so many taillights on that damn thing because I was just back into poles, back into walls, just back into some shit that I didn't even like. What the fuck did I hit this time? There's nothing back there all the time in that damn thing, all the time, dude. Because I didn't know how to. I don't know how I passed my driving test at the time because like looking back. That's exactly it. I wasn't looking back. I would just put the reverse and go.
Yeah.
Boom. What the fuck? Now, person, like Jesus.
I've been there. Happens. I miss because okay, so Marco, you would appreciate this. I used to drive a 95 LeSabre. And that was one of the last LeSabres that had a steel bumper. And that thing was glorious, bro. I had a 3.8 liter V6 that like I could take to 160. I would wrap the speedometer just because it only went to 160. And I'm like, oh, bro, this thing has more than enough power.
Dude.
Yeah.
I had the Park Avs. Those are the pretty.
Oh, that was a big one. Yeah.
Yep. I had the Park Avs. Matter of fact, I actually had my last one I owned was 2 years ago. I hated to get rid of it. The frame fucking rotted on them. Yeah, dude. Like that car, nothing would stop it. Nothing would fucking stop it, dude.
I had a friend who had a little Tercel, and he was ahead of me at a red light, and he backed into my car, the LeSabre. And I was like, all right, you want to be like that? So I just pressed down on the gas, and I just pushed him right into the intersection. He's looking, he's like, stop, I'm going to die. I'm like, you shouldn't have backed into me. That's a poor decision there, friend. It's the same guy who jumped on my hood, and I floored it. He fell, he went flying. He was like, bro, I had to get my back fixed. And I'm like, yeah, well, you shouldn't jump on cars. It's a stupid move.
A good sturdy car? The Chrysler LeBarons. Remember those?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Those are the middle class, high class cars.
Yeah.
Especially if they had the convertible. My buddy had one, and him and his brother got into it, man. And his brother came down and beat that car with a baseball bat. Look, that windshield was so strong. And BG is a big, I mean, his fucking nickname is BG, big guy.
There you go.
He fucking hit the windshield, and it just made a tiny little crack. Fucking, he beat. I watched it because I was high and laughing. These are brothers. I mean, there's ain't nothing I can get in the middle of.
Right.
He beat the shit out of this car, and after he was done, like I seen what the fuck, like that car didn't look bad at all, and it drove right the fuck away. I was surprised about that windshield. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, what the fuck just happened? Bro,
it's had hard windshields too.
They don't
my hand punching through one of those.
Bro, they don't make cars like they used to, but at the same time, like it's one of those things where you're like, oh well, it's safer for people. I'm like, I don't give a shit about people. I want my car to be fucking good. If I aim, I want it to fucking go true and hit the mark. I'm not.
Yeah, but that's somebody who doesn't have kids speaking. To be fair.
Man, I had one of the fucking early Kia Sophias.
No.
They looked real nice. That was, I mean, not to sound misogynistic or whatever, but that was a woman's car.
That's fair.
That was a straight woman's. Like, everything I touched broke. Like, everything. Everything I touched. Like, I got to the point where every time I had to, like almost like I was fingering a fucking pussy. Like, just to open the fucking car door. Like the door handle, the very first time I took it home to check the fluids and stuff.
Yep.
And I went to pull the dipstick out of the windshield wiper fluid and snap it right in half. I had to fish it up out of the
bro.
No, fucking kids, man.
I checked the oil, the ring, like it had a little ring at the top to pull it off. Yeah, I ended up having to put 5 strips on there to pull that out.
I mean, the good fair, Kia isn't really supposed to last the whole oil change.
Dude, okay. And you want to talk about oil? That's when I was still I was fucking early 20s. Yeah. I was modeling out in Cleveland, and I was driving back and forth.
Little oil for me, little oil for the car. Yeah, that's fair.
I had to put 5 quarts of oil going in, to go to Cleveland. And when I got to Cleveland, I had to put 5 more quarts of oil to come back out.
What kind of leak did you have, bro?
No leak at all. That little motor got so hot that it burned the oil up. Like when I changed the oil, it came out like sludge. And it wasn't mixed with antifreeze, or it didn't have anything mixed. It was just straight sludge oil. It was just made like that.
I actually saw a video of a guy.
You're not even going that far. My bad.
A guy took off the oil pan of a car, and it was like gelatin. It just jiggled the oil, and I was like, and then he's like, so this lady hasn't changed her oil, and I'm like, God damn it, I knew it. It's just, man.
Just a fucking glob of
That's
jello.
probably what my Ranger looked like.
Bro, it didn't even fall. It just jiggled. He took off the oil pan and it just stayed there. He's like, bro, you know how much problems this is now? Like, do you know what kind of, like, this is stuck everywhere. This is not, like, the fact that the car is moving is magical, but you can't.
Dude, I seen, a matter of fact, it was today. One of them clip reels or whatever the hell. It was a mechanic. He was pulling apart a Volkswagen of some sort. And the fucking, I mean, I get the German engineering.
Sure.
I appreciate it. But overthinking is they fucking put oil fucking lines inside the motor mount. Like the motor mount is made like oil pumps through it. There's an oil pump in there, and then it goes back from the motor mount into the motor. Like that's just wild to me. And then the guy's like, well, while I'm taking out this motor and looking, because they were doing a motor swap.
Yeah.
He's like, I couldn't find the oil filter. None of the guys could find the oil filter. Oil filter is inside the other oil motor mount. Like it's built to go inside the.
Don't even get me started on this shit. Engineers are some of the dumbest people I've ever met. Like my baby mama's sister, one of the dumbest people I have actually met, and she went to OSU for 6 years to become an engineer. I'm like, you.
You
really? It's like $90,000 a year to be an engineer. I'm like, you. Like
this is the thing is like
you're the dumb one out of you and your sister. That's the funny part. I got the smart one. I knocked up the smart one, and she's fucking stupid,
so this is the thing. You knocked up the smart one, who is a woman in construction. That's confusing. And you're like, the idiot became an engineer. You're like, okay, bro. I don't know how to support you in this, because now it's getting weird. This is
you're gonna tell me the Mandela effect ain't real?
I mean, bro, see, this is the kind of stuff where like you talk with an engineer and you're like, okay, you have no consideration of the machine being used, maintained, taken apart, or accessed. And they're like, no. Like I love the videos where someone's like, there's a bolt to the back end, like to part in the back of the car, and the bolt is right underneath the windshield. You can see the bolt from outside of the windshield, but you can't access the bolt because the windshield is right there. And the guy's like, that's okay. Punch, drilled right through the windshield and started cranking the bolt. And you're like he got it to work. But also, what the shit, people?
No, you want to talk about bad fucking engineering on my Mazda 3? To replace the control arm, they had to take the entire air compressor off because the way the fucking control arm was like a V shape. And then they put the air compressor on. This is engineered this way, on with 2 prongs like this around the fucking control arm. So the control arm moves like this. And so in order to take the fucking control arm off to replace it, they have to take the whole fucking compressor off, get the tubes and everything, then take the control arm off, put the new one on, and then put the compressor back on. It was the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard of.
I think that entire story was just so you could do this on multiple times. You're like, and they were shaped like this. It was ridiculous. Hey, what's up, Angie? How are
That
you?
was his download signaling to the rainbow community.
I mean, listen.
Scissors up.
This is what
Scissors
no, I
up,
mean, hell, the
bro.
only reason I even knew it was a thing is because the mechanics were like, "Hey, come here for a second." I'm like, "No, not come here again.
Yeah,
Never come here. Every time come here happens,
I worked in the
bad
junkyard.
news."
That's an extra couple $100. Yeah.
Yeah, it was another. They only charged me an extra 50, but still.
Angie says hello, Samantha. No, but that's the weird part is you're like, listen, every time I've seen someone excel at something, it's because they have looked at it from another perspective, not just their industry perspective. And it's the same thing I think when it comes to life in general, right? Is that whole idea where you're like, I can't just think about it from where I see it, but it's how everybody like for Cole, he already said he's like, I drive for a living. I can't afford to get that, right? But for me, I'm like, stop being a bitch. Have a couple drinks. So you're like, no, I can't put that on the line. You're going, that's a reasonable thing, right? But he has to consider that, right? And that's why, like, we made fun of him, but in the end, we didn't pressure him too much because we're technically good friends. It's fine.
You can pressure me all you want. I was the peer pressure in school. Like,
bro, the problem
you
is,
can't.
I would hold you
through to me, but I'm gonna get through to you for sure. 100%.
I'll hold you down and plug your nose, and he's gonna put the horn right in your mouth, and it's just life's gonna happen.
And
that's not gay.
Don't ever say that again, Dino.
That was not a sexual thing. That was about getting him high.
You're Greek. We know it was a sexual thing. You don't have to lie.
Oh no!
I don't call it the horn. I call it the spear. But that's fine.
That's
why is it sharp? Why is it sharp?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would actually.
Because it's uncircumcised.
Hard work, sir.
Yeah, if it's uncircumcised, it's not sharp. It's blunt at the end.
You'd be surprised.
It's got a mud flap.
Yeah. I've streamlined. Hey, so just because I didn't get it cut off doesn't mean I didn't get cosmetic surgery to make it sharp.
Hey, look, I fucking was at the open mic last night.
Oh, how did that go?
We did this game after we did our time. They gave us a random word, and it was my idea to do the whole game, but the kid that I told put the words in there, so there were. Mine was regatta cheese.
Oh.
The only thing I could think of was an uncircumcised dick cheese.
I mean, that makes you a bad person, but yeah, that's fine.
You know what's funny is ricotta cheese just tastes like Victoria's Secret's underwear. Just like lace underwear. That's all it tastes like. I'm telling you.
That's like revert. That's like a woman that's uncircumcised. How did she got dick cheese? Whose panties did you sniff?
I'm just saying. That's what it has no flavor and it just tastes like fabric, like aggressively angry, sharp fabric. That's all it tastes like.
Good to know. Good to know.
Ricotta cheese is gross.
Yeah, you just fucked up lasagna for me forever.
I don't eat lasagna with ricotta cheese. Mine does not come with ricotta cheese.
I'm Italian too, motherfucker.
You're not Italian. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican's basically the same thing. Basically the same thing.
If you imagine Marco being at like a fucking like
he's loud as a Puerto Rican.
Buongiorno.
He's loud as a Puerto Rican. Can you imagine as an Italian? He'd be like, hey. Every word would be this. You know what I mean? It's let's be honest.
Yeah, the Italian side wasn't too accepting of the melanated side, so
you say that like it's a surprise, bro. You should go to Italy and see what happens.
Well, I mean, my grandma was fucking Sicilian. I mean, do the fucking history work there.
So she's black, so you're part black.
Mussolini didn't come down with a bunch of white kids.
Oops. Speaking of moderation, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe to all our channels. Dino the Genic Marvel, Sniffing Glue 22, and Upside Down Studios, where Marco Torres is from. And that's also your nightmares. But hey, it's fine. It's good. It's one of those things. Yeah. Well, so you went to 2 open mics yesterday, no? Or did you just go to one? You did 2?
Yeah. The Funny Farm went all right. The second one, I was just pissing in the wind, really.
Right.
I wasn't really feeling it, so I didn't even put a costume on. I was just You know, I dress and first of all, I mean, no lie, let's be real. With everything that's going on in the fucking country right now,
you don't need a costume.
Yeah, I was. You know, this place is called Margarita King.
Ooh.
It's in the basement. That sounds like a setup to me. I dressed as white as I could possibly look. I actually looked like an ICE agent almost. I had a fucking white t-shirt with a black fucking vest on and a hat pulled down.
You weren't trying to be looking Hispanic at the place that was going to get raided, right? Is what you're saying?
Fucking right, I wasn't. I even told everybody,
like, nah, bro.
Marco. My name is Mark.
Yeah, my name is Mark. That's 100%. Yeah. I've been there. Yeah.
Mark.
Now the other place is more of a laid back place. Like I've been going to that place since back when I was still doing coke the first time, and you know, so that place I just went up there and pretty much acted a fool, throw a couple new jokes out there and see how they roll because I got a show at an old folks home I got to do. That's gonna be fucking great. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
So I did an old folks home a couple months ago, and it was fantastic. The only thing was they were like no swearing because it was a religious place. I dropped one F-bomb, but aside from that, it was good. It was,
I asked them to clean, and they
nice.
said no.
What up, Greg?
I hate with old people actually. Like that's like one of my best like crowds.
Oh,
well,
dude,
that's because they don't give it like they're like, who cares? You can tell them about it. Yeah, well, they're just like, I'm just trying to die in peace, man. I'm just enjoying my time while I got it. I don't give a shit, right? Like, that's why, like, that whole thing where you're like, oh yeah, STDs are highest amongst old age homes because they be fucking. That's
it's not only that, but they've lived the longest amount of time, so they've had the most time to catch it.
Oh, they get all my racist
jokes. The longer you live, the more likely you're to get
it. They love racist jokes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The guy who opened was this guy Matt Henry, who's a black guy who has dreads like down to halfway down his back, and I was like, I may not be as funny as him, but I definitely won't steal your wallet. So, and they're like, oh, because he's black, and I'm like, there you go, that's funny. Old white folks. I was gonna ask them which is the slutty one, but I was like, let's not go that far. It's just in case.
I was like the last show, or the actual show that I did over last weekend. I dressed like Border Patrol. I got a Border Patrol shirt and I had an Adios hat on, and like there was like this older black lady, and I mean, you know, you could smell her pension. You could just smell the pension. She was the one who bought the tickets for everybody else that was sitting right there in the corner.
For sure.
Oh yeah, dude, I was all over my Big Mama. I was like, you got plastic on your sofa, don't you, Big Mama? She's like, yeah. I was like, Big Mama's a squirter, ain't she, Big Mama? And she just smiled and laughed. Look, her teeth almost fell out.
Bro, and her family is like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, that's great. Like this is the thing is like I find it hilarious. Like I can only imagine the news afterward if like let's say you went in a full like Care Bears outfit or whatever onesie and they arrest you and you're like, no, I'm American. Like, we arrested a Care Bear, not in this country, you son of a bitch. Just like, fuck, bro.
Getting deported back to where the Love-A-Lot land?
The clouds. We're sending you to the clouds.
They're just gonna drop me in the fucking sky.
Yeah. Just random. Yeah. That makes sense.
One of the Lost Boys from Peter Pan.
Basically. Come on.
We're sending you back to Neverland, bitch.
I mean, like
I hear they're redoing Peter Pan, but like Diddy is playing Peter.
I think he's playing the pan, but okay, yeah, let's
playing Peter.
Let's try and stay on topic. What's your go-to if you're feeling out of whack? So if you're not feeling balanced or whatever, what is your Marco, if you say cocaine, I swear to fucking
I was gonna say whack it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Out of whack it in.
Nope.
You know what I mean,
I got my mom's curse. She told me if I did it too many times, it's just you're gonna run out of times. And It's
Hey,
just,
Marco.
I'm just like, you ever get bored and just start listening to Pandora while you're rubbing one off in the shower? Shit, this is Sarah Milligan. I'm fucking listening to this. You start fucking taking your shower again.
Are you? Did you just say that you listen to Pandora still? You're old as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Get on Spotify already, man.
Yeah, see, that's too many fucking letters for me to even my old eyes to be looking at.
There you go.
The P. Pandora got a big fucking P on it. That's it. Disney got a big D on it.
Yes, it does.
Tubi got a big T on it. That's what the fuck I watch. YouTube got a big fucking Y on it. LYT.
I mean, it works. It works. That's
Facebook, F. I ain't got nothing else. Facebook F. TikTok, I got some little note, and they're lucky I don't know how to turn off the notifications because I wouldn't be seeing that shit.
Marco liked one of my videos the other day. I'm like, how the hell did this fucking happen? No, he's not. That's the funny part.
You get on TikTok, Marco?
I downloaded the whole video of me in the penis outfit because the reel that I put up there was just like the ass end of the whole thing, either the beginning or the end of it. So it was the whole video, and then I did the Funny Farm set last night. I put on there, but it's weird. I don't know if somebody was playing some kind of background music or music on their phone while I was on stage, but like the first few seconds of it sounds like fucking shit, and then you could barely. It was just a bad fucking recording. And I didn't even watch it before I posted it up there, but fuck it, it's up there.
There's nothing more frustrating than taking the time to record your set and then in turn the sound is like completely off. Rob Weber, he performs at one brewery, and the problem is it's a great brewery, it's got a great stage, great atmosphere and everything, but nothing is recorded without a massive echo, and you're like, fuck. So it was like woo, 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 and you're like, that just ruins everything. But
dude, I hate when you have somebody record your set for you, and usually somebody who offers typically, and then like they just suck at recording. Like they're just shaky camera, or maybe they're talking to somebody, or like I'm like, I ought to slap you for this shit. Like
100%. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to my universe? And there's like, whoa, what's the big deal?
Why did you even offer if you did not want to do it? Like, here's the other thing.
Or the ones that just you appreciate them getting into the show and you appreciate them laughing, but you don't have to be like up in.
Bro,
dude,
it's like, calm down.
I think that's funny.
Oh,
dude, if you watch the whole penis fucking video, you can hear a dude and a chick, and just. I mean, they loved me. They loved my set, but Jesus Christ, you have to really listen to my set because that or you're.
Bro, you know what? Like, I appreciate this is why I don't understand improv, because people will jump in, do something not funny, and the people in the audience are like, ha, 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 and you're like, what are you laughing at? That wasn't the funny part. And then the funny thing happens, and they're like, I don't get it. And you're like, who the fuck is this? Just get the fuck out. Just go home. Read a book. I don't know what's your problem, bro, but
I've seen a lot of comics like that, man. Like, I'm just everybody like I mean, they're good people, but aside from being comics, it's not my style of comedy. Just like I know my style of comedy is not for everybody else. But then I'll look and like I'll listen to some of the jokes that hit for them.
And you're like,
why?
Why?
Like, I don't like why?
Why? Yeah, oh yeah. No, I get it. This is the thing is when some people bring in their own friends, then their own friends are like, I'll make sure to laugh at every joke you say, and you're like, it's not even funny. Just that wasn't the joke. And people are like, ha 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 ha. You're like, why are you laughing like a psychopath?
I've been to like certain places, like 3 different places, like different kind of totally different crowds, and like the same fucking dudes and the same fucking. I'm like, why is that funny? Why? It drives me nuts. Like, why?
Oh, trust me.
That's why I stopped doing competition, because like I don't have friends. I'm not friendly like that. You know what I mean? I always get second or third place or whatever every time to the motherfucker that brought all his friends every single fucking time.
Yeah, bro. I listen. That has been like the last time I did competition. I got through to the semifinals, and then they were like, only 2 people are going through. The one guy they let through, I'm like, I think he was funny, and my wife was like, you were funnier than him. I'm like, okay. And the other guy who got through was not funny at all. But
you know why I told you were the funniest?
No. I listened to his set, and I'm like, this guy's not funny. But he was he has 50,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm like, okay, fine.
Damn.
But I'm like, but then that's what you get, right? So Nick,
50,000. What the fuck is he doing at a fucking local mic or competition or whatever with 50,000 followers?
Bro, he was
That's a video game, man.
He was Hispanic, and I'm like, I don't care. I can't even understand the way.
Oh, it's a racial thing now. Dino's making it racial. He won because he's
why? He just has his family, and that's 50,000 followers. What? You make it sound like that's a surprise thing. Come on.
Yeah, go look at a bridge in LA.
Yeah, exactly. He went up to Home Depot. He's like, "Hey guys, I need you for a competition. Come on!" And that's just they jumped in the back of his truck, his El Camino, and he drove to the comedy.
Hey, did you hear on the 3rd, like all the Home Depot and Lowe's parking lots were empty?
I don't know. I haven't been since Trump took over.
Hilariously, bro. I feel like there's something you should be able to get paid to run interference. Like, let's put me out in the sun for like 2 weeks, so I'll get nice and ethnic looking, and then you just let me out,
too.
Bro. Ice will just chase me down. And listen, I can run now, not long, but a little bit, enough for it to be funny. You can record from like a rooftop, and it'll just be like I'm Canadian.
Imagine Dino still being big, but now he could juke. So a cop will be by, but nope. And then you just like you're chasing a fucking chihuahua down the street. It'll let you get like 3 foot away, stop, let you get a little close, run off again.
Basically, that's exactly
that could be a funny sketch. Like 2 white guys getting paid by illegals to
run interference.
Yeah, to play decoy.
I disagree. Hemorrhoids are not fun. Well, you don't have the right toilet. I'll tell you that. I enjoy shirtless Marco. I mean, listen,
shirtless.
That's why, because he's not a camouflage. He's not. Listen, you can't see that shirt. It's camouflage.
Oh, we're going to John Cena.
It's a funny joke, Cole, and you didn't get it. That's on you. Okay, maybe you should take some time.
It wasn't that funny. I gotta be honest.
That's because you're a bad person.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
It's funny. It's funny that it was attempted.
You know what, sir? Listen, we haven't had many comments. Why are you going to jump in the comment that we get? How could you see his chest? It's invisible. Thank you, Victoria.
Nick needs his typical like spanking today because what's her face ain't here today. So
Lily's not here. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, Nick, congratulations. Cole has tagged in, and he'll be your opponent for the evening.
I wouldn't go sound like that. I just give him his one good.
Listen, Dino Bletzis, you're gonna fry in the sun in 15 minutes. So interestingly enough, I usually
smell like bacon and fucking be fabulous.
Also true. That was the best part about being fat is my tears were bacon grease. It was great.
Dino was bald, okay? I think he can handle the sun, all right?
So what happens is I will mildly burn the first day, and then by day 3, I just get darker and darker and darker and darker. It goes pretty fast, and then I'm
the Greek dark is different. At least over here it is. It's like
olivey.
Yeah, it's more olivey. So no matter how dark you get, you still it's not quite sand people-y, but it's nowhere near like Black or Islander.
No,
Greece is the Middle East. Quit acting like it's not.
So the problem is Greece is not the Middle East.
It's the Middle East.
You're a piece of shit. Okay,
It's West Middle East.
My people ruled the world. Your people can't figure out how to fucking keep their underwear on. So shut up.
You ruled the world when the world was just the Middle East.
Look at your skin, man. He's white. You're white.
Okay, no,
White
but for real,
people
I
rule
get
the
dark
world.
too. But he gets
Swear to
all
God.
of me. I get red. That's the difference. I got red. I'm Native
Yeah,
American as fuck.
American. 'Cause you're
You're
American.
Native American as fuck. Get
I
the
am.
fuck out of here, you
I
fucking.
am. I'm fucking
Native
Indian, bro.
American, he's talking about like hillbilly Appalachian.
I'm
Bro.
telling you, I'm fucking Apache.
Redneck.
I'm Apache.
Hey. What's that Senator Elizabeth Warren? You're Apache like she's Apache, bro.
No.
Calm down.
You
I'm
don't
1-800.
realize it.
Honest.
You guys don't know because I look white. Yes, you're right. I look white. I'm pasty as shit. I haven't been outside in like a decade. I don't like it out there.
Him
He
named Bill
hasn't been,
Gates.
no,
He hasn't been
not.
homeless
Facebook
in
gay
a
boys.
decade. Yeah, he hasn't been homeless in a decade.
If it's not like a perfect 68 degrees, I don't want to be outside. Like if it's cooler than that, it's too cold. If it's warmer than that, it's
Native
too hot.
bred the native right out of him.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not claiming. I'm not like smoke signals and put my ear to the ground. It's
This
just
is
in
why
my
we're getting
DNA.
canceled
That's all.
today. This is
I
why we're
thought
getting
you were
canceled.
talking about Indian like dot on your head Indian.
No, the feathers, feathers and bow and arrows.
Slot, not dot.
The views and opinions expressed by the other people on this are not indicative of this channel right here. They have their own problem, okay? So let's just make sure that I'm not in there. Dan Smith, pussy. There you go, right there. Enjoy. Thank you, Dan. Your
You
words
not
of
have an
wisdom.
you need an allegedly banner.
I need an allegedly banner. Just be like, the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are not indicative of everyone else's view.
This is satire.
LOL. Cole is going to be such a grumpy old person when he gets to 60. I can't go
Bro,
outside
I'm
unless it's
already
37
looking,
degrees.
like I'm shopping for Buicks as it is. I'm already there. Like when I'm on Facebook Marketplace looking for cars, I'm looking for Buicks and Lincolns, anything old school. I like my sweater and my cigars. I'm old as fuck already. I'm not gonna make it to 60.
You know what you should do, Cole, is start looking at estate sales and police auctions.
Yeah,
they'll have a nice Buick. Hey,
why is a Buick getting fucking impounded?
He ain't lying.
Why is a Buick getting impounded?
Yeah,
because it's a comfortable car and it's not that expensive, right?
No, but why are they at the police auction?
A lot of people and drugs and things get found in the car at the same time, usually in those type of cars.
And the person who owns
a Cadillac, I was thinking.
The person who owns the Buick looks at their passengers and goes, "You motherfucker," because that's the guy who has the drugs. The guy driving is like, I just like to have a comfortable car. I know a guy. I'm going to pick him up and he needs a ride somewhere. You get nabbed. He looks at you and goes,
your dope head brother got a crack pipe in his pocket and some fucking rocks under his lip.
Yeah. And it
get pulled over in your cars. You know, you're like 2 days past your fucking renewal.
And then they just by chance, hey sir, hey sir, did you realize your renewal sticker is out of date? And you're like, oh, I was just gonna. Smells odd in here, son. You want to get out of the car? And you're like, fuck. And you look at the guy, and you're like, I'm never picking your fat ass up again, you son of a bitch. Just, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I've been there.
Completely reasonable.
I've been there like a motherfucker.
I think
Thank God he's dead now.
What are you saying? The only drugs ever in my Buick are yours, Mark? I mean, there you go.
I'm not driving.
Yeah, he's not driving. That's a you problem, sir.
That's like my buddy who smoked way too much fucking weed. When I was still living in Texas, he would just leave his jacket in my car. And one time I got pulled over with his jacket in my car. While I was going to take his jacket, so I was like, for the love of God, please don't have weed in your jacket.
Every time. Every time.
He didn't, luckily, this time.
You know the easiest way to get out of that ticket is, look, Your Honor, it was my vehicle. Even if it wasn't mine, I know I'm responsible for it. So
that's not gonna work for me.
Shit, I got a $15 fine for fucking saying that.
That would never work. Look at my face, okay? Whatever. I
don't know, face, motherfucker.
You don't got white guilt or whatever, but for me, this face says, "Oh, he did it. He's just a liar." That's my face has always said, "I'm lying about everything."
That generation, Dino, you see that?
Yeah.
Do you see the media programming in that poor boy? It's starting to go away. But Jesus Christ, he's afraid to be white.
No, I'm saying I don't have white guilt, but People look at me and they're like, he should be guilty. He's white.
Listen, I have a plan. I have a plan that'll work. Okay, Cole. Next time you got to go to court, full suit, also blackface. Just walk in and just be like, I'm being discriminated against.
I want to go.
Hey, just be like, I'm being discriminated against for the color of my skin, and watch everyone lose their collective shit. And then you just be like, I'm sorry, sir.
Can you go to jail for that? Because it would totally be worth it to have it on my record. Oh my god!
You gotta do that when you have fuck you money. Which, hey, and listen, everyone, please like, share, and subscribe. That's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get this to give us fuck you money, and then, hey, we'll call you over. We'll have a party. Trust me. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I would do it. I would just. How do you get it on camera? This is the only thing, because like they're real weird about you bringing your phone into court.
Freedom of Information Act allows you to get recordings from court offices at all times. That is a factual thing. Yes, it is.
The bad part about there is, especially now in Ohio, one, you got to pay for body cam, or I'm assuming any other video footage, if you want it for evidence, which is some bullshit. And two, it just so happens, especially if you're going against any kind of authorities, that the body cams magically weren't on, or something happened to the footage.
Hey, we'll get you the glasses. Because remember, this is all contingent on having fuck you money, and we can hire a lawyer afterward. Okay?
I look like Malcolm X.
You go in as Malcolm X, bro, wig and all. Okay, this is what you do, and you're like, I'm being oppressed by the white man, and just let it go, and just let them do whatever they're gonna do. It will be one of the funniest experiences.
You gotta drop a Bible on the table. To have that silence, it's got to be an old one with the dust that rises up.
Oh yeah, that's quality. Quality entertainment there.
I didn't land in this Toyota. This Toyota landed on me.
Plymouth Rock.
That's exactly factual. That's 100% accurate. Yeah.
Oh my god,
bro, it's one of those things where you're just like, listen, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. We're gonna have to pay a little bit of money, but that's fine.
I'll throw in some fucking money on that just to have the recording, bro. Put that shit on Twitter. That should be so funny.
It will be very entertaining.
I'm finally gonna have. I don't know if I ain't gonna say too much about it, but I'm finally gonna have my day in court Monday. And yeah, I've been waiting to talk to a judge. I mean, it's not that I'm going to be rude or ignorant, but I got some questions on the handling of the situations and
what'd you do?
If you was watching my Facebook or whatever, I caught a couple live videos throughout the past couple of years of some fuckery that was going on over here, and finally, hopefully it'll come to a head and be done with.
I mean, listen,
good luck.
It's what showed up in a courtroom. I'm telling you, that is how you play the game at this point. Okay?
But no, to clarify, I'm not saying I have white guilt. I don't at all.
We heard your white guilt.
I'm saying when people look at me, they look at me and say, why doesn't he have white guilt? He should have white guilt.
That's because you look guilty. You look guilty.
Mad at me because I don't. That's what it is. Yeah. You don't have that problem. You don't have to have white guilt because you're not white. So it wasn't the point I was trying to make. If I was
trying to push some kind of Latino guilt. Like lately, I noticed
for losing everything I've ever done. Like what do y'all have to be guilty about?
Just because, like, if you look at all these protests on the bottom of every news screen, I noticed there's the flags of the protesters and the people or whatever, and there's Guatemalan flags and there's Venezuelan flags. There's some even fucking Palestinian flags. There's a couple other different flags. You know what flag's not on there?
American.
The Puerto Rican flag.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
No, Americans.
This is okay. So I'm gonna get a.
Y'all are like giant Americans.
Look,
I appreciate that Dan's getting ahead of the game, so I'm gonna get a call to bail you out on Monday, Marco. Yeah, just listen, be prepared, and have a camera ready. I'm just
guys. Anybody watching, if y'all want to send me or Dino money, I don't know. Marco's not monetized yet. If you want to send me or Dino money to bail out Marco, please go ahead and do that now.
That is also available. Listen, we are monetized, so hey, we're trying to do something.
That was very democratic.
Mexican. Yeah. Hey.
That was very, very democratic of you.
No, that was very capitalist of me. Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Keep it if you don't go to jail.
We're gonna exploit the Hispanic for his money.
Listen, so I held you guys off for 55 minutes, the last 5 minutes of the show. Anything, I don't know, having to do with Marco's background, you guys maybe want to talk about? Anything on the news? Anything you guys were in particular? I mean, it's pretty funny out there. If anyone has any opinions you'd like us to discuss for the last 5 minutes, feel free to let us know, because I'll tell you, Cole running short on glue. I mean, are we all? Listen, it's things are getting very interesting out there. That's for sure. And I think
USAID shit, man. I've never even really heard of USAID like that. Like I know, like I heard of it, but like all of a sudden it's just this big fucking giant cesspool for funneling our taxes to whoever the fuck they want, apparently.
Well, if you watch everything, I sent you some stuff, Cole, but I send you a gajillion things a day. One of them was explaining how USAID is actually the CIA front. And that's like they've even said, they're like, USAID helps freedom fighters everywhere. You're like, yeah, that's called forcibly destabilizing governments from the outside. Yeah,
with our own fucking money.
Yeah,
See,
we were talking about that.
The biggest issue is, and this is why I see a lot of people, anti-Trump people, are getting, I try to look at everything from both sides. Yeah. The problem is when they pass all these bills, when they pass Bill A-20, whatever the fuck, they'll say it's the USAID bill, but in that bill, they'll also have like funding for school lunches and like some cancer, service over here. And then for this over here, for what was the condom thing, which y'all need to quit spreading that. They did not send $5 million worth of condoms to Gaza or Africa. It was actually $62 or $68 million worth of condoms globally, but predominantly to Africa and the litter box. So it got scattered. It wasn't just one place. So that's what they hired these people.
That's fine, but there aren't $50 million worth of condoms for the goats in Gaza. Like, that's too many condoms for those goats.
Well, they're saying it's mostly over to Africa.
Wait, why do goats need condoms?
For safe sex.
Like the greatest of all time, or just like actual goat animals?
Yep, you don't know what
like.
Why do they need condoms?
The same reason why Irishmen wear tall boots.
Because it's bullshit.
Because they run away.
But you see, we're talking about it out of that USDA. It was it out of the USDA that all the fucking media companies were being paid off? Yes. Out of fucking monies. What else was it? Somehow Chelsea Clinton got all kind of money out of that.
$87 million. $87 million. Angelina Jolie. There's the new thing, Cole, you sent me today was, what were those?
A bunch of celebrities were going to, being paid to go fucking essentially help get elected.
Hey, Angelina Jolie, $20 million for her visit. Orlando Bloom, who, let's be honest, isn't even famous anymore. He got $8 million.
Yeah, what has he done? Fucking Lord of the Rings?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Hold on. Sean Penn with his scrotum face. Okay, Sean Penn with his scrotum face got $5 million. That's ridiculous.
He ain't even as talented as his brother Chris.
That's fair.
And he died like 20 years ago.
Ben Stiller got $4 million. Whatever. Maybe they have a night at the museum in Ukraine. I don't know. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Why was he sent to Ukraine at all? Okay. Number one,
he lived in the Ukraine or somewhere over there.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme is definitely Ukrainian for sure.
He lives in Belgium. Okay, he lives in Belgium. It's not
it's the Middle East.
He was vacationing.
I hate you so much today. Just so much. You're like, it's all the Middle East. It's not.
Out of all of them, the only one that has been recently even close to relevant in any kind of newer news is Jean-Claude Van Damme, and that's because he was on the new Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why anybody younger than me, because obviously Cole had no fucking clue, would know Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I know Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay. I'm gonna bring like VHS tapes of.
He's like the bad guy in Die Hard 2.
No. Jesus Christ.
I couldn't help myself.
Oh my god.
I gotta
make an argument though. I think the U.S. Constitution was perfect with the original 10, and then after that they ruined it. Everything after that was not good. Every amendment after that, except for maybe they can't discriminate against you for your fucking race or whatever. But you can make the argument that in the first like couple of amendments, it says all men are created equal. All right, so if you're a man, you can do whatever you want.
Up like they're doing the 14th Amendment. There's a comma and there's some more words in there. There's more shit to that.
I'm telling you, the first 10, it was perfect. After that, it kept adding shit. They should not add anything to the Constitution.
I think a lot of useless things were added, but there was a lot of fuck shit that needed kind of swapped up. You know, here's and there's
nothing. There's nothing in there that I agree with, because you got taxes were added in there. What was that? Like that was one of the amendments. I don't know, 14th, 15th, something like that. You got the Jim Crow laws; those were fucked up. Prohibition, the best one, my favorite one, which is letting women vote. Yeah, just stop adding shit to the fucking Constitution.
I believe women should have a right to vote as long as they agree to the draft. It's no problem. Hey, as long as you're willing to get drafted, you deserve to vote as well.
I don't really want women fighting for my freedom, though.
Oh, that's because you lose. That's why. You lose. You lose a lot.
If you're an American, you vote. I mean, even like I never really understood why a felon can't vote.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Felons should be allowed to vote. That's taxation without representation.
Yeah, well, you know. But hey, listen. All I know is the one good thing is, hold on, let's pull up the Doge clock, everyone, because that's.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna be there with you.
The Doge clock. What is it called again?
The U.S. National Debt Clock. If you just Google U.S. debt, it will come up. It is a website and explains everything. I'm going to share it with you guys so you can see it.
Dude, you get lost in this fucking just looking at everything.
You very much can. Okay, so just so you guys can understand, this is all the information right here. Okay. Is the Doge clock, which is now at $65 billion in savings. Okay, that's $65 billion. They're going up about $1 billion a day, if not two. But remember, like, that's what's happening. They are doing their best to save everyone's house, and
he wants to save $1 trillion this year.
That's right. And the idea is to leave government spending with zero inflation by 2026.
Bro, deflation, that would be awesome. Let's get these fucking numbers down.
That's kind of what I was going back to, though, and that's why everybody on the other side is having the issues with it. In order to get rid of some of the bullshit that needs to get rid of, they have a lot of good shit that's attached to it.
Yeah.
And you know, that's how they fucking end up, you know, this might get fucked with, this might get fucked with, but they need to figure out a better way of doing it. I mean, I totally agree with what's happening with Doge, but I think that before they start, it's just like when they shut down the funding, the government funding for the bullshit. Yeah. You know, they didn't realize that nobody knew what the fuck you were actually saying, so you just shut the whole fucking everything down.
Yeah.
You know, so you had people who were at the Social Security office, you had people at the welfare office or whatever, like they were actually, you know, actual average people, not, you know, the fuckery that's going on in the high ups, and shit was getting shut down. And, you know, that's where the big problem is. And I heard, and I hope it's fucking wrong, but I heard that then they're going to start looking at like supposed Medicaid fraud or whatever, because if they do that, then automatically they're going to shut that down for a while. And which I understand, but there's a lot of, I'm more looking at the elderly people and the handicapped people. You know, like if my son didn't have me or one of his siblings to take care of him, he'd be fucked because he couldn't get his medicine. He's not mobile. He can't talk to nobody. You know, I mean, shit like that. And I mean, talking to Rob Coleman, he said his wife and his daughter work for HR in like civil service type situations. And he said that they had to turn a lot of people away because they didn't know, not because it was stopped, but just because they didn't know. And it wasn't even like, you know, it was the fucking, you know, like elderly folks and shit like that. So I kind of see that side of it. But again, people don't realize that they took this, what you need, and they attached this to this like a fucking time bomb. So if you don't, you know, if you dare to touch this slush fund, then you're going to lose a little bit of fucking help you have.
Right. Like a fucking evil asshole. Well, the way I look at it, though, is like your grocery store is under remodel, essentially, but on a bigger, grander scale. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be an inconvenience, and you're probably going to have to figure something else out for a little while because it's just a pain in the ass to deal with.
Yes.
But in the grand scheme of things, maintenance needs to be done, you know?
Have you heard the higher ups whining their fucking speeches? First of all, AOC, we all know who she is.
Bro.
Had the nerve to say Elon Musk isn't very intelligent.
I heard that. I saw that.
Dude, I almost pissed my fucking pants. Bitch,
I love it.
He's
the richest man in the world.
Rocket scientist. He is literally a fucking rocket scientist.
Hey,
made twit.
Forget about that. He's the richest man in the world. Okay, on paper, fine. Not taking any payment,
Not
and
at
he's
all.
and he's helping you fix government, and you have a problem with it, huh? Says the lady who's been paid for 5 years, $447,000 a year, yet suddenly amassed $30 million in wealth, and you think he's the idiot.
Dude, do you remember when she first got elected and she was whining that they didn't pay for her apartment and she didn't get paid yet from Congress?
Yeah.
Oh, she was whining and crying. Oh my God. Oh.
Hey, can you imagine some rich fucker who saw her in a bar once and is now thinking to himself, man, I dodged a bullet by not fucking that chick? Because like no limitation of problems. Like that
would have came after him.
Hey, baby trapped. She's baby trapped America right now.
Can you imagine the fucking dude like maybe 15 years ago who looked at her and was like, ain't that the bitch that gave me chlamydia?
You're wrong. You're wrong for that.
Would I be surprised? No. Would I be entertained? Very.
No, the last thing I'm going to say on the whole thing is like, I can't believe that the left, and really not even just the left, but like politicians right now are still using the media to try to convince us all that everything that's going on is this horrible bad thing. And like now they're getting the ball rolling on impeachment and all this. It's like, dude, he won the election because we weren't listening to y'all anymore.
Did you hear that? He's being impeached for dastardly deeds. I haven't heard.
I haven't even heard what he's been being impeached for yet.
Fucking Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, bro, like the guy. Hey, you sent me the video call of him being impeached, of them going, "We are starting the impeachment." Get your fucking head out of your ass.
The first 2 times, and fucking half the fucking country at least was against Trump at that point. Now everybody, he won the popular vote this time. We don't give a fuck, you know? It's like what that's what I was getting to is like, why do they think they could still it didn't work. He won. We don't give a shit. Shut up.
Caught. Forget about anything. They are caught red-handed.
And they're still bitching.
The money's been cut off. Your game got pulled. What are you talking about now?
The silly shit is when they keep telling everybody that Doge got their hands on our money. First, like they went into like this big room like Scrooge McDuck. And they're fucking counting every dollar, but they're looking at fucking computers and they're whining because they can't look over their shoulders while they're looking at the computer.
They're just doing what the IRS has been doing to all of us.
And the biggest thing is these aren't elected officials. These are this is a third party biased people that aren't getting paid, but direct, by our government. They're being taken care of, and they're only consulting. They're pulling up and they're consulting. It isn't up to them to fucking, stop anything. Elon goes and talks to Trump and whoever else is in that circle. They make a decision and it's done. It actually could happen that way, you idiots. You don't need to wait 4 years, have 3 elections, and all this other pork in a fucking bill to be like, hey, there's fucking 60-something billion dollars that we could save in 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Hey, let's be honest. Can you imagine someone looking at your books and going, hey, I think I found some money. Give me 2 weeks. And they come back with $65 billion. Like, that's where you just go, the fuck is everybody else doing? This fucking crazy person came back with $65 million in 2 weeks, and you guys are fucking employed here? Get the fuck out of here.
Found the money. The autistic kid found the money, motherfucker.
Well, no, what's fucked up is he didn't find the money. He found a fraction. Because he hasn't done. It's been 2 weeks and he's only looked in a couple of things. He hasn't even looked at the big ones yet. That's the crazy. He hasn't looked into the IRS. He hasn't looked into the Pentagon. He hasn't looked into the CIA. He hasn't looked into the FBI. Where we know it's going to be fucked up.
You heard about Pam Bondi's little thing going on?
Bro.
No, what's up?
She's on it.
Everyone's dead.
Magic Island. Fantasy Island.
Oh, yeah.
He's on it, dude. I was surprised at that. I thought they were just going to toss that by the wayside.
She's also
they're waiting for Kash Patel to get confirmed. He hasn't been confirmed yet. So Kash Patel, that's his whole thing. Is the Epstein stuff can come out when he gets into office.
Hey, the son of immigrants, and what? You're going to turn him away because what? Because the color of his skin? Let's see what happens. Hey dude, I'm telling you,
trying to pull that shit on him.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? He told her flat out, yeah, they called me a sand N-word and da-da-da-da. And she's like, oh, you can't say that. You asked me. I'm answering the question. Suck it, bitch. Hey, and in turn, you have what do they call her? Pocahontas? That's hilarious, by the way. That is so fucking hilarious. But she was like, will you promise to do? Promise what? You don't promise. What are you talking about? I should promise. I will follow the law. It'd be nice if you did, bitch. What's the problem? Listen, I just love that Pam Bondi is attacking sanctuary cities as well. There's no sanctuary. Guilty will be charged.
I never understood that sanctuary city.
Did you see the fucking governor that's holding the fucking deal? Well, see, I think he's fucking baiting these people.
Yeah.
Because he said that he's holding a person of questionable status who is trying to get their status to. So that means you're in the system and you're trying to do it the right way.
Good.
This ain't for you. He's like, I'd like to see them come and try. Like he was actually out there taunting fucking Holman. But again, I think the first time, if he were to fall for that, they'll go in, they'll snatch her up, see she's already in the system or she has some temporary status or something, and then it'll be a big black eye to Holman.
Yeah.
I was him, I'd start hitting the protests.
You know what he should do? Hey, take a page out of the fucking Democrats' book. Oh, you are here legally? Yeah, let's just shred these papers. Get lost. See you in Guantanamo. That's it. You're done.
No, that brings up an interesting point that I want to bring up is like with this whole Doge shit, the Department of Government Efficiency. Why does it seem like it's so easy for Elon to find this shit? Why aren't there people? I was half convinced that people are going to be shredding documents and hiding. Like
this ain't the 80s, dude. That's the era. That was the Reagan era with Oliver North. Once it's shit, there's always a fucking paper trail. As HRC, she's the only one that can get away with it.
The whole thing is that Elon has hired 12 white hats to go through everything. He did not delete it. They're going to find it.
They're talking shit about them because they're young kids. Like there's 19 and 20-year-olds.
Because they have one screen for Minecraft and the other screen for the fucking government of America.
Never mind. This is like the sharpest kids This fucking Elon Musk picked these kids.
That's the age that you hire for something like that. These are dudes who don't have children or women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to prove themselves so that they can get women. You know what I mean? Like,
and an FYI, just so you guys understand, as of earlier today, the Canadian Aid Association that does the same kind of stuff that they're attacking USAID for, they have, as of right now, deleted everything on their website. They're like, so no one knows where any of the money has gone. And you're like, these motherfuckers. And you're like, bro. Hey.
Did you see Argentina pulled out the WHO?
No.
Yeah.
Like the Grinch who stole Christmas?
No, like the fucking World Health Organization.
Yeah, we pulled out too, right? Or was it? Yeah, that's just gone.
Well, I'm sorry.
NATO's next for sure. We're fucking probably going to pull out of NATO at some point.
Well, this is the problem. The WHO does what? Oh, well, we tell you what you're supposed to do. Okay, yeah, but what do you do? We tell you what to do. Yes, but what do you do? You tell us what to do and we do something, but what do you do? Oh, nothing? Good. I don't want to be here anymore. Go fuck yourself.
Why? Yeah, like I don't understand why that.
It's the same with the
organization, like that. You can just tell us
the medical research and data from all across the world.
Right.
Oh, how did that work out? How did that work out? How did that work out 5 years ago, you sons of bitches? Sons of bitches.
Not at all. I mean,
it took them fucking 30 years to figure out AIDS. You know, and they really still haven't.
No, they knew what the fuck AIDS was when they fucking made it.
Oh yeah, I know, but how did that work out? How did that work out?
It worked out you fucking a dude. That's how it worked out.
If anyone out there wants to have some interesting viewing, just Google AIDS and Anthony Fauci and find out what happened. And I'm telling you,
the same thing with COVID. The exact same thing.
The exact same thing with COVID. And hey, that guy who's now been pardoned for having done nothing, sure.
Oh, I read that Supreme Court is considering calling that unconstitutional. A pre fucking pardon or whatever.
I can taste his jail time right here. It's right. It's right. It's
to Siberia.
Unless the Supreme Court totally goes off of precedent, there is precedent for it, and it is kind of. I mean, it's one of the president's legal rights.
I don't think it should be. If you have not been convicted or charged, you should not get a pardon.
That's what nobody's fucking looking at. Because in the whole definition and all the, any kind of legal jargon, it is an admission of guilt.
Yeah.
If you take the pardon, you can't get a pardon if you're not guilty.
Also,
if you take the pardon, that's an admission of fucking guilt.
Also, too, if you're pardoned, you can't plead the fifth, so you have to answer every single question because you are pardoned.
Yeah, but that's not a fucking no. Everybody lies. No, there's no God. Stop. Oh, I solemnly swear. Oh, get the fuck out of here. I would lie too.
Listen, just to properly wrap the show up, I'm going to tell you this: I can smell Anthony Fauci's jail time the same way Marcos Buick every once in a while smells like a little bit of throw up. It's just I know it's here. I just don't know where. I don't know when we're gonna get it, but it's there.
It's in the air. It's in the air.
It's somewhere. Anyways, this has been Mental Health, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to all of our channels. What we have, the Super Bowl is this weekend, which apparently is a thing. Who knows? But so Saturday, whatever. You make it sound as if your tiny hands could throw a football. Let's calm down.
We should put an owl on as the mascot and call it the Superb Owl for the show this weekend.
Some conspiracy theorists will start bringing up the fucking the Bohemian Grove or something.
There you go, Alex Jones. This shit.
Hey, is that even still up? Like nobody said nothing about that burning down.
What?
The Grove.
Oh, the Grove. Oh, come on. Hey, 48 hours, it'll be back in place and up and running. There's no question. Listen, we have Hammered and Cheese is on Saturday where we will have a guest.
A couple of guests.
Yeah, a couple of guests. And then Friday, we are going to be showing up at some time during the game to do stuff.
Sunday. Not Friday.
Sorry, yeah. Saturday is Hammered and Cheese. Sunday is the Super Bowl where we will have a show. How long that show is going to last, what we're going to do on the show, who knows? You have to
start about noonish, and then we go until we're done.
If you say so. I'm not going to be there, so I don't get to enjoy it, you son of a bitch.
I don't even know who's playing in it. Last time I watched football, that idiot took a knee, and that was it.
Okay, it's been the Chiefs for 5 years straight. All right, so that's who it is.
Who are the Chiefs? Chiefs of
Kansas City in Missouri. The middle of fucking bumfuck nowhere.
What, they just get all the children of the farmers and make them a football team? What the fuck is
Pretty much, yeah.
Kansas
and
City.
then one of them started banging Taylor Swift. The tight end started banging Taylor Swift, and it's just been nonsense ever since.
Well, I'm just glad we all know that it's all organized and everything is planned in advance. Let's try and find some secrets, everyone, and make sure you make your bets in that fashion. This has been Mental Health, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you on Saturday. Later.